Hey, what's up? This is Frankie Palmeri from Emmure. You're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Yo, this is Lucas from Palmeri, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Dan Jacobs from Atreyu, and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Hey, what's up? Is this Frankie Palmeri from Emmure?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Dude, what is up, dude? Thank you for being on my show, the Metal Mixtape, dude. I know you probably have a super busy life, dude, coming out with a new album, Hindsight, dude. But I just want to say, dude, I went down a rabbit hole with you last night, listened to a ton of interviews, and I've been listening to your music all morning, dude. Literally, I work at a big warehouse, and everybody's listening to it going, holy shit, this is fucking crazy, man. So thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So I got a big list of questions, dude. I got some fan questions, and I got some questions that you might not normally get asked, you know, because on my show, one thing I like to do is not ask your normal shit, you know what I mean?
All
right. So first question, pretty standard question, dude. I want to ask, so since the band, what I read is since the band formed in 2003, and you guys had 7 releases since the band, what was your idea when you first started the band? Like, was it going to be this direction? Did you already have a plan, or what was the whole concept when you first started Emmure?
Well, I was really young, and you know, I started to like want to really get involved with like music around 12, 13 years old, and I even at that age I was like trying to be in a band and just trying to meet people that even cared about music at all, and then it led me to going to Connecticut and meeting the Line 80 brothers and stuff like that. And really, I just wanted to be in a band. It didn't really matter to me what the band was really like, as long as it was aggressive and I could express myself and be a part of, that whole world. So it wasn't like I really had any more of a vision than just like, okay, I need to play my part. And that's really the best way I can describe phase 1 of this entire, journey I've been on, is that I just was like, well, I'm lucky that these guys see value in me, so I'm going to be a part of this and be the best, asset as I can to this band and stuff like that. So
no, absolutely.
That's really how it all started, I guess.
That's badass, dude. So you know from the beginning that you were going to be like this aggressive vocalist? Is that when you were searching for a band to be in, is that what you were going for, or did you ever play other instruments?
Yeah, I mean, I initially when I realized I wanted to like be in music, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to be a part of that world, and I initially tried to play bass guitar for some reason. I guess I thought that was like an easy way in, and also for my band class in middle school had a bass guitar that I could have played, so I was like, all right, maybe this will be it,
Yeah.
But it was shortly after, maybe even around the same year, or the same summer, that I discovered Limp Bizkit pretty much, and I was like, okay, like there it is. And then obviously my taste grew, and by the time I had met Lion Eddies and stuff like that via the internet, I was listening to bands like Emmure and Killswitch and stuff like that. So I just, obviously my taste evolved, and I always wanted to be in an aggressive band, like you mentioned. So yeah, I mean, that definitely was always the goal.
Dude, hey, that's awesome, man, dude. And I think when you're able to fully express yourself in the way you want to express yourself, man, all sorts of shit can happen. So did you think Emmure was going to get as big as it is, like when you first started it? Was that like the initial plan? Because I know you were saying like you just wanted to be in the band, you wanted to be like, in the scene. But did you think it was going to blow up as big as it has?
I think that was always my initial vision, when I was, when I was young, that's kind of what I always saw myself doing.
That's awesome.
And I just kept on, massaging that dream or whatever. So, I mean, I don't want to say that, I'm the main proprietor of why all these things have happened. I mean, there's been so many people involved, and so many different things that have happened for us to get to where we are now. And I'm grateful for all that. But in terms of what I always envisioned, that's what I always saw. So I think it's important, when you have that strong feeling like that, to keep following it. And I'm just one of those people that was willing to like bleed out of my own eyes, to see my dream true.
No, hey, absolutely, man. I totally agree, dude. I can't tell you how many musicians I talked to where they just knew at such an early age, it's like, well, this is it, this is what I want to do. I don't want to try to go down any other avenue. I just know what I know what I am inside, you know. And I think if you knew you're going to be a vocalist and have this vision and inspire people, it's just kind of what you're born with.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know like how exactly the universe works, but I'm just a vessel, you know. I've been given this vision and this gift or whatever, so I'm using it.
Absolutely, dude. So was there a moment in your career where you had like a big show where like you kind of like it kind of snapped in your head? You're like, damn, Frankie, like I think we're making it. Like one of those like big moment shows where maybe you sold out a crowd or you opened or supported a band that you idolized. Do you have a moment in your career where you're just like, holy shit, like Emmure just broke through?
My thing is I really focus more on the work ethic and the
Cool.
growth. I very rarely have those moments where I'm like, this is it. The one time I felt like, okay, this is actually starting to work was when we started to write some demo material like 2004, 2005,
Mm-hmm.
and people started to come see our band and like sing along and knew the words. That's when I was like, okay, like wow, like, okay, now it's starting. Like that's when I knew like, okay, now it's going. Like it was when the machine turned on that I had that moment like, okay, this is gonna be something. But I didn't know like again like where it would go or how far it would end up being. But that was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, like okay, now this is making sense. Because originally it was just like we made music, we would play shows, people would just stare at us, and then it'd be one of those nights. But then again, like I said, when we started to kind of like play clubs and people would line up to see us play, I was like, all right, like yeah, this is working out, you know?
Yeah, I dig it, dude. And you know what? I think it's fucking awesome when the crowd gets along and singing with you, because you know when you write vocals and lyrics, you know you want it to resonate with the crowd and you want them to have a connection with you. And you know I always grew up like listening to bands where like I love to sing along, I love to feel the aggressive energy or the inspirational energy, dude. And I think, yeah, connecting with fans is so important.
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't agree more. I mean, again, like I said, I don't really have like too many aha moments. I'm not very celebratory, even though there's lots of cool things that happen. But you look back at, a time where I'm like, yeah, this is starting to click. Those are really early days when we first started kind of getting off the ground,
Yeah, no, I dig it, man. I'm one to always like look up inspirational quotes and stuff. And one of the quotes I like is, keep your head down and don't get caught up in your own hype.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to get too high off your own farts or whatever.
For sure, dude. So, hey, did you ever, so being in this industry, was there an artist or a band that you got to meet that was like pretty special to you, that you were just like, hell yeah, like maybe you became friends with them, or like you got to meet them, or they gave you a compliment? Did you ever have a moment where you encountered another artist that you really respected?
Yeah, getting friendly with the guys in Corn was a huge deal for me, and they've been really nice to me. Very like open and have taught me a lot, and it's been super cool. But I mean, there's so many bands. I can go on and on. We've gotten to tour with so many really influential bands. I mean, most recently we did a U.S. tour with Absolutely Dying, and they were pivotal for me when I was in high school. And I'm still a huge fan now. And I mean, it's like obviously you start out, as a fan. I'm still a fan now, so
yeah.
It's a good feeling, just to kind of be in that space and be kind of rubbing necks with now I consider these people my peers,
Dude, yeah, no, I think that's fucking awesome, dude, and I think those moments are super sweet, dude. All right, moving along here. So you guys have toured, you guys have played a ton of shows, but is there a specific spot that you just can't wait to play, like a new town, like not a new town, but like a town that maybe like it had like a food that you loved, or the crowd was just extra aggressive every time you play there? Is there a spot, state, city, country where you're just like, oh shit, like we're about to light this roof on fire, and like, because I know the crowd's going to bring it. Do you have a place like that?
Well, being that I'm secretly a master politician, I have no favorite geographic location. I like everywhere we go, honestly.
Hey, that's awesome.
As far as places I like to go, just like I would be there just because, just on holiday or whatever. I love going to Japan. I love just being there. even if I wasn't performing, I'd go hang out there. I mean, I like being in the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. Beautiful place too. I mean, there's lots of spots that are worth going to. But in terms of like the audience or like the experience overall, I mean, everywhere we go is really good to us. So I really can't say one particular place. But yeah, we're very blessed in that sense that everywhere from Florida to Shanghai, you know, we got people that fuck with us. So it's a good feeling.
Dude, I think that's absolutely badass, dude.
Yeah.
So, dude, you just came out with the new album, Hindsight, dude, and I've been listening to your music like absolute crazy. And, dude, I love all music, dude. I think it's really important to, like, not steer yourself in one avenue just because, like, you know, if you're an artist of any kind, if you have as much inspiration as possible, you know, you're able to create, you know, pretty much something, you know, original. But with every new album that you come out with, is there a different concept, or are you just like writing it like as you grow as a person, like lyrically, you know?
Yeah, every Emmure album is kind of like a page from my diary or like where I'm at that time, mentally and emotionally and stuff.
Yeah.
And Hindsight is no different. Outside of that, though, we always try to make something new. Like I want every Emmure album to be a new experience, and I try to never repeat myself. I try to always make sure that if I'm writing something that's authentic, but also doesn't just like feel like, oh, the same subject twice, or you know, like I'm touching on something from another album. Like I want you to get like the most recent and concurrent version of me in the band. So that's always you know, in my mind when we're, you know, attempting to make an album.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. So, you know, of course, you know, with the whole COVID thing and us not being able to like play shows or attend shows, does Emmure plan to do a bunch of like live streaming shows in the future until everybody gets to start playing again?
I don't know. It's not ideal. I don't really like the idea of doing digital live stream performance. I don't know, just out of preference, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really. I don't know. I don't think the energy translates properly.
I agree.
Because we're just one of those bands that, in the flesh and also with the people, is what makes the show what it is.
Yep.
Without the audience, I don't think it's really as worthwhile as it could be. So I don't know. Maybe it's like I have ideas I'm working on to make something like that interesting, but it's just we're not there yet. And we're just kind of waiting around to see what the future holds and if we'll have to take that route. But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool bands are doing it. I think it's great for the fans that they get to have that kind of experience. But again, on a preference level, as a fan of music and also just obviously being a performer, it's not something I'm ready to just dive into.
No, I dig it, man. And yeah, no, it's tough times, but I know like a lot of new bands are still dropping albums, so you know they're almost just like scrambling to just do what they want to do, because I know a lot of people are really hungry to play their new songs, but I also completely agree with you, you know, that a lot of bands are like really energy based, you know, and a lot of the times you go for the shows is for the energy of the crowd, you know, because you can go to some shows and, you know, the crowd could be dead or just kind of just like in spectacle watching, but you know, a lot of shows are just like, man, I want to go there to move, I want to go there to let out some energy, some steam, you know, so I totally agree with you on that aspect for sure.
Yeah. I'm not against any band that, you know, can do that and pull it off and your fans are happy, but I'm just saying for Emmure, it just seems like it's just, I don't know, it seems out of the box, you know?
Absolutely, dude. All right, dude. One of the things I like doing on this show, too, is I like letting the fans ask some questions. So I let people know on Facebook that I was going to be talking to you today, and I got a couple questions. Is that cool if I ask you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Riley Reed from Spirits, he asked, what's your favorite song lyrically off of Goodbye to the Gallows?
Favorite song lyrically? That's interesting because I don't remember like half the lyrics. I'd have to read them and tell you. It seems so far away from me now. But I don't know. Maybe shit. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Maybe maybe 10 Times You Should Leave. I don't know. It's hard. I don't really play favorites too much, and I don't really have. I'm not like a super fan of myself, which I think is really important to not be that kind of person if you're gonna be a creative for as long as I have.
Yeah.
So I really don't know how to answer that. But yeah, I'll just say that for the sake of having an answer for your buddy on Facebook, or whatever.
All right, for sure. All right, here's another question that was asked is, what's it like working with Josh Travis as a guitarist?
It's a treat. It's great. I mean, on one side, it's something new and amazing and incredible, and on the other side, it's just kind of like what you'd expect working with anybody. You know, there's creative tensions, there's ups and downs. There's times where it's like totally in the pocket, and we're totally on the same wavelength, and sometimes we're on totally different pages. But I mean, that's just what it is being in a band. Period. So I can't say enough good things about it. There's nothing bad or anything, but it's what you would expect. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like we're shooting rainbows or anything like that, but you know, it's definitely like a great experience overall.
Absolutely, bro. All right, dude. I'm gonna ask you 3 rando questions. All right. All right. In a zombie apocalypse, dude, you have one weapon, dude. What do you choose to kill all those zombies?
I guess whatever the sharpest sword I can have, whatever like samurai style blade that's able to go through things. That's what I feel most confident in, because you know, and I don't want to deal with anything blunt, because it seems like it's too many like swings, and anything with ammo feels like it's cumbersome. So
Yeah,
a light sword, light samurai sword that's sharper than everything would be my go-to.
For sure, dude. I know. I would if I were to use a gun, I definitely want like a knife at the end of it, dude. Because it would also depend what type of zombies I would have, you know. But that's neither here or there. All right, dude. If you were a superhero or super villain, what hero or villain do you think represents your personality the best? If you could think of a couple.
I mean, I'm not. Even though I think that people generally think I'm like a big like comic nerd and stuff like that, even though I do like that stuff. All my life, the only character that ever really resonated with me was Thanos. I think he's a really complex and fascinating character, because even though he is like tyrannical and has like this conquest kind of mindset, he's also really benevolent underneath it all, and he has this side of him that is rarely explored and I guess understood really, I guess, in the fandom of the Marvel universe. So I resonate with him big time. I think he's badass. Yeah, I would say Thanos for sure represents me as a character, he's a fictional character.
Dude, I know, I like that answer. Yeah, he's very versatile, dude, and I still haven't finished the Avenger movies, but I definitely should, dude.
Well, the thing with the movies, and I don't want to take it too much time, but they're only telling like a fraction of the story. Like, so yeah, you get a little taste of who he is, but it's way deeper than that. It's way more complex. But yeah, the movie is good.
No, I dig it. I seem to be like one of those like I'm huge into like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super and all that. So for me, when like I see a superhero that might not be as powerful like as Goku or Vegeta, I tend to not watch it, and I needed to stop doing that.
Okay, I see.
I'm just like, he can't take him. I'm not gonna watch this dumb show, but I need to get out of that. That's like something I need to get myself out of. All right, Frankie. Is there an artist or band that fans wouldn't expect that you listen to on your off time?
I'm a big fan of Charlie XCX. I think she's dope. She writes some great music. Doesn't help that she's also really easy on the eyes. She's pretty hot, so I'm a fan of her. But I don't know. I don't know what people expect me to like or listen to. I mean, I listen to literally every genre of music. I'm a fan of everything. There's not really anything I won't put on if I think it's fun to listen to. I mean, you know, everything from fucking, you know, Aphex Twin to Little Nas X and Devourment and Meshuggah. I like all of it. I don't, you know, I'm not like some kind of like gatekeeper or elitist when it comes to my tastes.
Yep.
Or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No.
I think guilty pleasure and having a limited palette of what you enjoy is really it's a big setback in life. So I'm glad that I have an eclectic, you know, taste.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. The way I you know, I listen to everything, and like, you know, I do a metal show and I'm in a metal band and all that, but you know, I listen to completely different stuff when I'm out, and it's all like just relates to like what's going on. So like, if I feel like a real inspirational mood, you know, I'll put on like Eye of the Tiger type of music, like like power metal and all that. But on payday, I might put on some Juice World. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Just 'cause that vibes, dude. So, hey, dude, so when you're not doing your music thing, dude, and I know, man, the music thing just takes so much time, dude, is there an activity after, like, you like to decompress doing that just relaxes you? Do you have any activity or hobby that you do to decompress?
Decompress. I don't know what decompressing really is for me, honestly. I'm not someone who's ever bored. Just even being alive for me is like fascinating. Like just the fact that I exist, I get to look in the sky, I see the clouds, I breathe, I drink water, like everything. I'm just like, wow. Like I don't know if everyone else is like that, but for me, just the fact that I'm alive, I'm like, holy shit, like this is fucking crazy. Like everything I see and do, I'm like, this is so awesome. So if I'm not on stage and I'm not like particularly doing something for Emmure, I'm still like writing and I'm still reading and growing and learning and discovering things about myself and the world constantly. And obviously, I have very pleb activities like, I have YouTube and movies and games and shit like that occupy my time, little hobbies and shit. But as far as like decompressing, I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. I'm not running like a fucking billion-dollar enterprise, where I need to like go into like a cryo chamber and like and meditate or anything. Just my life is overall pretty fun, when it's good. And then when it's stressful, even when it's stressful, it's good, because that's just kind of my attitude, about things. So.
Oh, no, I completely agree, dude. I always say I'd rather be stressed out doing what I love than stressed out just thinking that I could have done something different.
Well, I mean, I'd rather have some kind of tension in my life, than nothing. I mean, which it's not that I'm seeking tension or I want negativity or stress. It's just that it's like if everything is smooth sailing, it's like it's kind of fucking boring. At least these like things that happen in life, they make it interesting. So that's just my outlook. I don't really get down about stuff. I just kind of like pivot my thought and emotion about it. I go, okay, like yeah, all right, this happened, but all right, now this is what we do. We're just doing this now. Like I don't get upset about it. I just I kind of take it as an opportunity to overcome something.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, dude. And when I did the fan questions, I had like some controversial questions, but I know we all grow as individuals, dude. And it's not like the type of interviews I want to have, just because like me, like growing up too, I've grown through all these lessons and I've had a lot of tension, but I agree, man. You got to keep life interesting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I understand I'm a controversial figure because I have a rap sheet of not giving a fuck what people think. So I understand that that's kind of probably what most people are most curious about is, how a person like me could exist. I understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the same person I was a year ago, nor am I the same person I was yesterday. So I don't really worry too much about, how people view me in the rear view. I just focus on, my life as it is right now.
Dude, and I think that's absolutely awesome, dude. And dude, I want to thank you so much for making time, dude. I love hearing your perspective on a whole lot of things. One of the things I get from these interviews and talking to cool artists like you, man, is I get to learn the ropes. I get to learn lessons, and I appreciate you talking to me today, man.
Yeah, man, no worries. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and hey, man, would you mind doing last favorite station ID for me, brother?
Well, yeah, what should I say?
This is Frankie Palmeri from Emmure, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Yeah, am I ready?
Yep, you're ready.
Hey, what's up? This is Frankie Palmeri from Emmure. You're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Hey, brother, you have a good time, dude, and I'm going to go back to work since I'm sitting in the car. It's super hot without AC, and I'm going to go blast your album.
Take it easy.
Peace.